time because you guys get to see me speak all the time. And I'm going to bring my mom up. Ladies and gentlemen, Cher. Thank you. 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 The one kind of cool thing about being a minority is that you get to come together and have like these kind of fun events, you know? It's like you have to really be a minority to come here and feel this spirit, this kind of brotherhood, like, oh yeah, we're kicking ass now, you know? And I'm here because of my daughter, you know? And I think that I had a particularly difficult time, as I've said in the advocate. I was very un-Cher-like in my acceptance of my daughter's choice. It was real difficult for me, you know. It had a lot to do with many things that were associated with chastity, but also things that I was dealing with myself about what do you do when you're a person and this person is not doing the normal thing and they're supposed to be an extension of you and you have these ideas about them, and do we love our children because they're our children and unlike us, or do we love our children because they're our children and like themselves? And that's an interesting moment to come for any parent. So I love my daughter no matter what she does because she's one of the coolest people I've ever met. So, and I think, excuse my cold, I think that's a problem that I feel deeply in America, not just with this particular issue, but that people have such a tendency in our experiment that we call America. The reason that we did this was so people of unlike natures and visions could come together and tolerate and respect and enjoy one another. And it seems like that's the biggest problem for us. It's the most prized pinnacle to achieve, and it's also the most difficult thing to achieve. To love people who are different than you, who believe differently, who look differently than you do. And without that, the experiment is a failure, because when one of us doesn't get his human rights, we're all in jeopardy. It doesn't work. And this has to do with everything across the board, you know? I feel that my personal feeling is, as long as we have to qualify ourselves as gay Americans or black Americans or Chicano Americans or whatever, the word American is the part that's getting lost. If we were all equal under the law and under our beliefs, we would just be Americans. We wouldn't have to qualify who we were. You know? And so even though I don't have much faith in the political system, I must say. I just think it sucks big time. But I do believe that you must, if nothing else, vote against the person you like the least, you know? So I think it's important to vote either for the person that you believe can do something to help you, or against the person that you think is going to hurt you the most. And so I would encourage you to get out and vote. And I also think that, politicians have to realize that you are the children of mothers like me, and we just aren't going to take this shit any longer. So, I actually was kind of nervous about making this speech, but I'm not bad at it, am I? So anyway, I don't have anything else to say. I'm really glad you guys came out here, and I'm really proud of all of you. I think that it's so important that, that we're all so creative, and everyone should be loved because they're a person, and that's it. The Bill of Rights says you get to have your rights, and you have to be your creative self. You have to explore yourself. And how can you explore yourself in a closet in the dark? You know, so it's important, and get out and be who you are, and you know, and people have just got to get used to it. You know, they've just got to get used to you guys being who you are, whatever that is. And so I'm fine with it. I'm finished.